I think we should kill all the owls. No, I really do. I think every single one of them. Even that the owl from that fucking the Tootsie Roll commercial. 1, 2, 3. That owl too. I took my dog out for a walk, right? The other day. And I don't pick up my dog's shit. I refuse to do it. I grew up in the old school, I guess, where you just, occasionally you stepped in some shit. I'm not walking around with a plastic bag unless the only time I will ever pick up my dog's shit, which is pretty much never. Of course, I already said that. Is if he happens to, I don't know, shit in somebody's driveway. And even then, they have to live nearby because I don't carry the bags with me. I'm pretty much a rebel. But yeah, I don't like picking up dog shit. I don't give a fuck about, the dolphins in the cove with all the Japanese people that, murdered them. I mean, I care about the, dolphins. I mean, who doesn't have, if you were born in the 1980s, I'm sure everybody remembers, this fucking show about, it was about dolphins, fucking, Flipper. I don't know what the fucking big deal was. They'd throw him a fucking fish. He'd do the, and, I don't know. I don't even know what the show was actually about. I was too young to really understand other than, for some reason we're supposed to fucking adore this fucking fish. Have you ever seen, there's this documentary. It's not the ones where the Japanese people, or is it Japanese or is it Chinese? I don't know, where they're clubbing them to death in some cove. It's not that one. It's some documentary. I don't even know if it's like a full documentary. It might have just been like a bit within one of those fucking Animal Planet shows. And they're talking about, I think they titled it like Rogue Dolphins. And they show these pictures where they're just, they're fucking playing with, I mean, they're not playing like, throw me a ball and I'll fucking, bat it back at you with my little, fucking flipper there. But, is that why they called the fucking dolphin in that show Flipper? Because he had a flipper? Jesus, was that lazy fucking, lazy television. But anyway, fucking they're out in the ocean. They show this clip where it's like this, I don't know if it's like a cruise ship or it's just one of those like, those tour fucking, things that they got. Like if you go to, where's a good spot? I guess they do the tour of the harbor in New York. I don't know. I think it might have been one of those, or one of those ones where they're like out in the fucking Everglades and they have like the gigantic fucking crocodile or alligator come up to the boat. I actually went on one of those when I went to New Orleans, and I was fucking terrified because I don't like boats. I don't like boats and I don't like bodies of water, and the fact that, if we fell into the fucking water, I mean, we're dead. Like it's an absolute guarantee. Like if you go out on the ocean, it's like, you go whale watching, you might see a whale. And if you fall in, you might get bit by a shark. But if you fall into the fucking bayou in North Carolina, in the fucking, not North Carolina, what the fuck am I talking about? New Orleans, in the fucking swamp filled with alligators, you're done. You're absolutely done. But, how did I start talking about alligators? I was talking about fucking dolphins. Yeah, I was watching this documentary. These people are on a fucking one of these tour boats. And, the driver's like, well, if you look out the left side, you will see a school of, bottlenose dolphins. And, oh shit, they're murdering that seal. I don't think they actually said murder, but, they were definitely, how cats play with, like they catch a mouse or they catch anything. They don't really eat it right away. They just sort of play with it and fuck with it. That's what these dolphins were doing with a seal. Or at least I think it was a seal. It might have been another dolphin. I don't know. I don't know. Within this fucking documentary, I mean, they see the kill the fucking dolphin, and everybody's like, holy fuck. And then they like, how they do on fucking, the National Geographic channel, especially during Shark Week. How it's like, oh, well, this shit happened here. And, meanwhile, down in Australia, what's wrong with the people in Australia? They have like every single deadly fucking creature on the planet living in this area. I mean, you got the jumping fucking great white sharks pretty much surrounding the entire fucking country. You have the deadliest fucking spiders, the deadliest fucking snakes. You got fucking kangaroo that apparently try and steal dogs. Anybody see the video? Of course, everybody's seen the fucking video where the dude fucking punches the kangaroo in the face. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a long time just watching that happen, because that look that the kangaroo gives, like when the guy punches him in the face, and then there's just like this split second where the kangaroo just looks like, did you just fucking hit me in the face? It just, I don't know, it's funny. I'm not doing the video justice, but it's pretty fucking funny. But anyway, fucking back to the dolphins, and somehow I'm going to tie this back into why I think we should fucking murder all the owls. They cut to a different fucking scene, and apparently do they travel in packs? Is that how dolphins travel? Pods. Or is that whales? I don't know. A group of fucking dolphins. They were fucking, they were in the ocean where they fucking belong, and apparently they attacked a person or some shit. Basically what I'm getting at is dolphins aren't as nice as you fucking would think. Yeah, sure, there's, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it actually has happened. I mean, you hear the stories, right? The myth of the fucking dolphin that showed up when somebody was getting attacked by a shark. Somebody needs to explain to me why the fuck they're afraid of sharks. I mean, I know that they say like, oh, they'll fucking hit them in the gills. But does that really stop a shark? I mean, maybe a small shark, but you're telling me that a blow from a fucking 900 pound, or not even, I don't know, how much do fucking dolphins weigh? 300? Okay, well, let's just say there's a 900 pound fucking dolphin. You're telling me a 900 pound dolphin hitting a several thousand pound great white shark is gonna deter it from eating me if I happen to have lost my goddamn mind and got into the ocean? I mean, wouldn't the shark just be like, you know what, bitch, if you don't stop fucking with me, you're next. You next. From the, where did I hear that from? Was that like the Nutty Professor? You next. No. That was from Life. Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. Although it didn't really get funny, like, and it didn't get real. I mean, it was funny, but it didn't get really funny until they were old. Then it was like, I don't know. Watch the fucking movie. You'll see what I'm talking about if you haven't seen it. Where the fuck was I? The fucking dolphins. How did I get here? I was talking about killing fucking owls. Then I was talking about how I don't pick up my dog's shit, and somehow I ended up talking about Dolphins for some fucking reason. I don't know. I don't know. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't trust fucking Dolphins. But to try and bring this back around to where I started, basically what I'm saying is I pollute. And I think that all our problems started with that fucking owl that was like, give a hoot, don't pollute. God, that was just horrific. It took me a long time to get to that, and I realized as soon as I fucking said it, it just wasn't. I don't know. This is the effing podcast for those of you, tuning in for the very first time. I do a couple of these a week, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. This week it's been all over the fucking map because I've got some extra time, so I think this might even be like the third podcast that I've done this week. But who knows? And I'll probably do another one tomorrow, assuming I have time. I know what everybody's thinking. The big fucking story is, fucking they repealed net neutrality. Anybody that was surprised that the hashtag protests and the angry phone calls and the clever signs didn't convince a bunch of fucking wealthy cunts to not do what they want to do in the first place, or what they were always planning to do? Is anybody surprised that didn't work? I'm just saying. I've said this on plenty of previous podcasts, that the days of petitions and fucking peaceful protests and clever fucking picket signs and hashtag protests, those days are over. They're not gonna work, because the reality is that these people in the government, these corporations, all they're doing, like at this point, all they have to do is just sort of weather the storm, and that's exactly the strategy that they've taken. They just need to weather the storm until, another fucking celebrity comes out and talks about how they were once fondled by, Billy Joel behind a fucking 7-Eleven. Sooner or later we'll be distracted with that, and they'll be able to weather the storm, because the reality is people aren't really, it's a sad conclusion that I've come to, but people just aren't, they really aren't interested in actually changing things. People are interested in the appearance of changing things. I said this on a previous podcast. Everybody likes to pretend like they give a shit, but when it comes to actually putting that, putting some action behind those angry fucking tweets, it doesn't happen. These problems are simple. I've solved this. Go listen to, maybe 4 or 5 podcasts ago. I think the title of one of them was "I've Got All the Answers." Sway. Go listen to the answers to these problems are very, very simple. You want you want the oligarchy and the government to pay attention, then you have to go after them where it hurts the most, which for a lot of them, or actually all of them, it is their profits. And the thing is it doesn't have to be like specifically, like everybody's going after Verizon for the net neutrality, and it's understandable, because Ajit Pai, or whatever the fuck his name is, I guess he used to fucking be like a fucking somebody there. I don't know. But, it doesn't have to be directly related to net neutrality. Hell, I've been calling for a boycott of fucking Amazon for quite a while. Amazon is probably the biggest predatory fucking capitalist machine in this country. Hell, in this fucking world. They purposely shove small businesses out of fucking out of business. I think there was like a perfect example was there was like this online diaper company like diapers.com. I don't know. And, Amazon came around and decided that they were going to sell diapers as well, but they were going to sell them cheaper than diapers.com and thus put diapers.com out of fucking business. They did that. They're doing it with fucking Whole Foods, right? They decided to take over that. Which I don't know. Is Whole Foods really considered a small business at this point? I don't know. I mean, I've never fucking shopped there, or the few times that I have shopped there, I've never fucking enjoyed it because just the pretentiousness of the fucking clientele is just it was too much for me, But they purposely try and corner the market on pretty much every aspect. I mean, look at what's happening to, the U.S. postal system thanks to fucking Amazon. And I assume that FedEx and UPS are probably going to be hit soon. And not like these are small companies, but the point is still valid. They still will try. They've gone after every single market. They're trying to become basically the only source of really anything, and for me, I think that if you want to send a strong message to the rich and wealthy fucking elites in this country, what you do is you pick their biggest one and you fucking hurt them. Hurt their profits, you hurt their fucking stock prices, you cause, I mean, it's not like you're going to put them out of business, but if he starts losing, if Jeff Bezos, which is the one that fucking owns Amazon, he also owns the Washington Post, and he also takes about a $600 million paycheck from the CIA. You hit him in his profit margin, and then it starts a fucking like a domino effect. Because if we're willing to opt, I mean, yes, granted, you're probably, if you decide that you're going to not shop at Amazon and that you're actually going to help uplift the small business owners in your community, it might mean that you have to pay a little bit more for the things that you want. But if the goal is to fucking make these rich cunts pay attention, you're going to have to do it. Either that or you're going to have to cut back on the amount of fucking nonsense that you don't really need to own. You don't need every new fucking gadget that comes out. You don't need to follow every single fucking trend that hits the fucking, the internet highway there. I mean, if you really give a shit about small business, right? A lot of people claim to care about that, especially around election time. Then why are you shopping at Amazon? Why are you shopping at fucking Walmart and Target? Although I'm not I like Target, but I won't buy groceries from there. There's only certain things that I'll buy from Target, and food is definitely not one of them. Just like I don't shop at fucking Walmart, and I definitely wouldn't buy any food from there. But I understand why some people do. So I'm not shitting on Walmart customers where like that's kind of your only option. But if if it's just like, well, I could fucking pay a couple of more fucking nickels to the shop in my near my house, or I can fucking drive down to the gigantic box store and get it for a little bit fucking cheaper, then, you really don't care about small business. You really don't. And I'm sorry that the fucking, the hashtag protests, the petitions, the fucking angry phone calls, that doesn't work anymore. It doesn't. If it had prevented net neutrality from being appealed today, it was really just going to be a band-aid on a fucking problem that was going to continue to fucking fester and get bigger. Sooner or later, they were going to repeal net neutrality, whether it was today or fucking next week, next year, or, whatever. They're not afraid of your protests anymore. They're not. Why do you think that they're trying to change the the rules about protesters, that they're now allowed to call protesters fucking terrorists. Do you think that there's any sort of fucking coincidence that they've decided that the best way to keep you fucking, or get you to shut the fuck up, is to make any sort of dissent illegal? And for those of you that laughed at, well, I don't know if anybody laughed at my ideas, but for those of you that fucking didn't pay attention to my calls for, actual action, or you just didn't fucking, really do anything other than hit hashtag net neutrality, I hope you're proud of your apathy, because they basically decided that they're now going to allow these huge fucking corporations to control what content you get to look at. We've officially become China or North Korea. All because you thought, I'll just hashtag something, or I'll retweet, or I'll make a phone call. I've been saying this for months. They don't give a shit about any of that. You have to hit them in the pocket. So today, again, I'm going to call for it. Fucking boycott Amazon. Or if you don't feel like boycotting Amazon, although it really, it's not going to make a fucking difference if it's only me and like 10 other people fucking boycotting. It needs to be a significant percentage of the population, to the point where they actually do notice a drop in fucking profit. Which is why I'm trying to, I'm not trying to lead the fucking revolution, but I'm giving my fucking ideas here. And what needs to happen is people need to decide on just one company for maybe a month or two. Nobody fucking buy anything from them. And you let them know exactly why we're doing it. And then from there, we move to another big fucking corporation. I say the big oil. I say that we choose, Chevron or Shell or one of these fucking companies, and we just no longer buy fucking gas for them for like a month or two. And yes, it might mean that you have to drive a little further to get your fucking to get gas. Or you might have to, fucking walk or ride a bike or take public transportation. The solutions are fucking easy. The problem is that people aren't really willing to fucking sacrifice. So when the inevitable fucking tweet went out that net neutrality had been repealed, it really was no fucking surprise to me. It really shouldn't have been a surprise to you either, because, I don't know. Is there anyone here that didn't see this fucking coming? Did you really think that, they almost elected a fucking child molester. And even there, it was like neck and fucking neck. You had people, I get the people of Alabama that are just, they're 100% in fucking, I want my team to win, and so therefore I will allow an accused fucking child predator to govern my fucking state. I get it. A lot of people are engaged in the whole, whatever you're against, I'm going to be for. That happens with the fucking, what do they call them? The alt-right. Anything that liberals or progressives are for, they make a point to be, or not, I'm sorry, not for. Anything that liberals and progressives are against, they make a point to be for it. Because it's all just about, let's see how fucking angry I can make the other side. And it's just all about fucking winning. It's not about what's best for the country or what's fucking, what would be considered moral or just. It's just win. And that's all that fucking matters. Even if it means that, in a year or two, I'll be on the fucking street, because I mean, anybody that's still like, oh yeah, the tax plan, I still see regular fucking people. I get why the politicians and the rich and wealthy elite are, 100% on board with the tax fucking plan. But I still see just regular fucking people that are all for it. And it's like, okay, you do realize that this shit hurts you. It fucking hurts you. You basically just voted to give the rich and fucking wealthy more money. And the more money that they're receiving is coming out of your fucking pocket. But it's just, I hope you're fucking happy that, you get to win, although you really fucking lose. You really fucking lose. But that's the fucking problem now. And that's why I'm starting to, I'm starting to just be like, all right, it's just, shit is either going to fucking get better, it's going to get worse. There's nothing I can fucking do to change it. I mean, I can do my part, but people have chosen to pretend to give a shit. They've convinced themselves that winning is all that fucking matters. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I'm not surprised net neutrality got fucking repealed. I'm not surprised that the current state of affairs in this country, I'm not surprised by any of it. Because people haven't fought for anything since fucking the civil rights movement. Everything else from that point forward has just been posturing. Either you're fucking on the side of what everybody considers to be the right fucking side, or you're against that side because that their team fucking wears a different color than you. They're either the fucking red team or the fucking blue team or whatever the fuck. People haven't fought for shit in this country since fucking civil rights and maybe Vietnam, the Vietnam War. That's the last time. So it's really no surprise to me. And I don't mean to be so fucking morbid. I know that there are people probably freaking out about the repeal of net neutrality. And trust me, I am fucking right there with you because I understand precisely what this means. But it's no fucking surprise. And, I'll say it one last time. You have to actually fucking do something. The phone calls, the petitions, the fucking, the clever signs, the retweets, the fucking hashtag fucking protests. This does not work anymore. I mean, look at what happened. Just take net neutrality as an example. Majority of the country, including many fucking businesses, were 100% against net neutrality being repealed. And they still fucking did it. That's from months of people flooding their fucking, their phone banks with calls, their voicemails, their email systems. That's months of protests and hashtags and whatever, and they still fucking did it. They're not concerned about, they're not afraid of you anymore because they know that they just have to weather the fucking storm. And then sooner or later, there'll be some sort of fucking, other thing for people to pretend to be outraged about. And they'll be able to just, they'll just move along. People will move on to the next fucking, ridiculous fucking cause. And we'll end up basically a carbon copy of fucking China or North Korea. We're already fucking there. I mean, we actually have been there. It's just that everybody's been in denial about it. The internet was the last fucking free thing that we had where we could, if you didn't want to fucking take part in the bullshit, you could get away and do it, and you could find others that fucking thought the way that you did. That's gone now. You know. So congratulations, people that decided to do fucking nothing. Or those of you that decided that it was more important to put the fucking the orange psychopath in office because, you know, for whatever fucking reason. You know, or for those of you that decided that the fucking pantsuit, you know, with no fucking real ideology, just a bunch of fucking platitudes, and you know, including a fucking slogan that was 100% fucking self-absorbed. I mean, congratulations. You know, thanks to you, this shit is fucking happening. We could have had Bernie Sanders. We could have had free fucking health care. We could have had free education. We could have had a reinvestment in the infrastructure. We could have maybe gotten close to ending the fucking bullshit wars. We could have had the banks breaking up. We could have held on to fucking net neutrality. But no, it was more important that the lady with the fucking clam and the pantsuit, or the guy with the fucking weasel on his head, it was more important that they fucking win. Congratulations. You know, I'll give you guys, I'm going to be real fucking, just a huge douche here. And, you know, and give you guys all a big round of applause for, you know, fucking over the entire country. Congratulations. Way to go. Way to fucking go. Anyway, I'm going to end this podcast here. You know, I'm sorry if I chose this moment to kick you while you're down, but you know what? It's necessary. Somebody needs to light a fire under people's asses and get them off the goddamn internet and out in the fucking streets. You know, if there's not a fucking riot somewhere, either today or sometime within this fucking week, then it's game over. And if you are planning to go out and riot, please follow my advice. Don't trash your own neighborhoods. Go to the gated communities and trash their neighborhoods. Go fuck up their shit. Don't fuck up the fucking CVS, you know, in your neighborhood, or tip over somebody's fucking 86 Honda fucking Civic. Go to the gated communities. That's where the rich cunts that caused all these fucking problems live. All right. Anyway, I'm out of here. Hope you're having a good fucking week, and I'll talk to you again either fucking tomorrow or next week. All right. Just like always, don't take any shit and go fuck yourself. Peace.